Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty. Hello, welcome back. This is Boxing Capital, boxing business, and everything behind the punches. I'm Tay.
I'm Sammy.
It's been a while, but we're here back in action. We have a lot to catch up on. I was finishing up work this summer and then traveling. Um, I went to the fights in London because I talked about going to those.
She went to see AJ in his hometown.
Exactly. Live in the flesh. I saw the
There you go.
mediocrity live in the
There you
flesh.
go.
So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the experience that I had. We'll talk about other big fights that happened during the time that we were on a little hiatus, which was Valdez versus Navarrete. And then some fights that happened this weekend. Last night we were recording here on Sunday. We had Usyk versus Dubois, bit of controversy in that one. We also had Jared Anderson making a quick turnaround versus Rudenko, and then we're gonna kick it off this week with Hollywood Fight Nights. Sammy and I made it out again to the local show here in LA. Again, if you're ever in your city,
Yeah.
support your local fighters. So we were able to go and enjoy the night, and so
Commerce Casino.
Commerce Casino, they should sponsor us at this point.
No, Commerce Casino, yeah. I mean, one of these days we'll show them some. Say, look, man, you always on our podcast, Commerce Casino. Throw a few dollars this way. You know,
For real,
you got these people giving you all their money.
right?
At least we can take some.
Exactly. But no, it was a good fight. I mean, it was a good show. It was a really good show. I brought a friend who doesn't really care for boxing. I brought a few friends that don't really care for boxing, and they always enjoy themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always a good sign. But let's just talk about. We'll run through the card. But what was your just impression of the night?
The night hell up is the a night hell up is on because there were four fighters from wild card, which I mean they did what they had to do with what were put before them. Just the first kid, kind of like I don't know, he was confused or scared, but he didn't do much.
Oh yeah, let me see. It was Ochoa versus Alejandro, I think. Yeah, Arnold Alejandro. Yeah, we were all screaming jab, jab, jab.
Yeah.
I mean, he's walking the guy down, getting him to the ropes, getting him to the corners, and just not throwing any punches.
He not jabbing.
Yeah.
I think in what 8 round he might have threw 16 or 20 jabs in 8 round, and he kept going for the body, trying to throw that right hand to the body.
Yeah, that was his lead punch. Every
Yeah,
first punch was just right hand down to the body, and then the guy would counter with he was a southpaw,
yeah.
so his left hook, or he was getting caught with the
And he
right.
was Armenian.
Yeah.
Armenian that didn't have much power.
He was Armenian? I thought he was.
He looked Armenian. I call him
Alejandro
Armenian.
sounds.
Alejandro.
Alejandro from Dallas, Texas. Probably Hispanic.
Yeah, Hispanic. Yeah, Hispanic looking Armenian.
Yeah, one judge didn't even have Ochoa winning 1 round.
Yeah.
He had. I thought that was.
I mean,
really,
which
that was really
kind of
wide.
messed up.
Yeah.
I know he lost the fight, but he didn't not win 1 round. I mean, he won that. He probably lost on my card maybe about 4 points. Because he gave 4 rounds away. I mean, some of those rounds were real close. The one that he tried to fight in, but he had just used his jab, and every time he did use his jab, the guy would not punch him. But he just, I don't know.
Yeah.
He probably ate a bad kind of salad before he went to the fight. Maybe.
Maybe. I wonder what his corner was telling him because I didn't think.
I will ask Marvin about that tomorrow when I see him.
Yeah, and then bring us the insight because I don't know. What was I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. It's Ocha. So not Ochoa. I don't know. But he's 12-3, 5 knockouts. I remember one of the first fights that we went to, or that I've been to, the Hollywood Fight Nights. I think he was the main event. He was fighting this kid, Trinidad. I don't
Who?
know.
The same kid?
Yeah, the same guy was in the main event
Oh.
fighting another guy. I think his last name is up and coming fighter. You know, they're at 130. I mean, I think the other guy won. I think it was like a crosstown rivalry happening in LA. The other guy, I think, was just, I don't know, hungrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's just sort of from the 2 fights that I've seen of this kid, I don't know, doesn't really have that dog in him, or it doesn't come out when it should be, or he doesn't stick to the, I don't know.
And he's not a bad fighter.
No, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not a bad fighter.
He's
He just maybe he one of those guys that look great in the gym, but when he get before the audience, don't really perform.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
You never know. And the second fight, the Armenian, that was a good body shot.
Oh, Gore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gore's good.
That was a good body shot.
Second time I've seen him. I think he's kind of up and coming. At 147, he's big.
He's big. He's a big guy for
very
47.
Cut, very cut.
But he knows how to make the weight. So,
yeah.
47 pounders, you should look out for him.
Yeah.
I mean, and he can punch.
Yeah, he throws with bad intentions.
Yeah.
Bad intentions. He's very strong. He reminds me a little bit of like a more technical, like Artur Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Just very, like, punches real strong, always coming forward, very aggressive.
And, I mean, he don't throw a whole bunch of telling punches. Every time he throws something, try to hit you. And I mean, I don't know if he has any feed out. I don't know, because everything he put out there, he's trying to kill you.
Yeah. Exactly.
That he don't feed you nothing.
Yeah.
He coming to shoot, and he shoot with bad intention.
Yeah, you said his last fight he lost, or he was losing.
He was losing, and he cracked the boy from. He fought in Texas, actually. I think. Yeah, it was in Texas or Miami. I don't quote me on that, but Freddie was with him. They went out of town. Mm-hmm. He was literally losing the fight. Freddie said, and he cracked this boy and knocked him out.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see when he gets kind of like a step up in competition, if that punching power will carry him through, or if a boxer can take him into deep waters, you know?
That boxer better have a whole lot of behind his punches, not just boxing.
Right.
Because he knows how to cut the ring off.
Mm-hmm.
He will corner you. If you're a boxer, you better have something on your punches. Mm-hmm. Have a very good footwork that you will have him missing you every time he try to corner you, because he know how to cut the ring off, and he can take a punch. Mm-hmm. So those are dangerous things to have a guy who can punch, that knows how to cut the ring off and can take a punch.
Right.
He's dangerous.
Yeah, and has that knockout power. Because like he throws, we were pretty close to the ring. We were damn near ringside. And every punch, I was like, Jesus Christ. He's trying to kill him.
Y'all know he was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
When he hit that boy with that body shot, he folded like a pillow. He just went,
What was it? It was like a second round knockout?
Yeah. Was this second? No. The fight ended in the first round.
First round?
It was the first round. Yep.
Really?
It was the first round.
I think it was the second, because I remember him coming back to the stool, and I was like, he's big.
Oh. But there was a fight that ended in the first. Oh, it was the light heavyweight fight.
We'll talk about that. Yeah. That was comical.
Yeah, that was right after
Gore. So
it was the second round. He stopped the guy with the body shot. But,
yeah. So the next fight was light heavyweight 175. Umar. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt his last name.
Umar from
Kazakhstan.
No, Umar not from Kazakhstan.
Oh no,
Umar from Austria.
Yeah,
he's from Austria.
Yeah, because he had on the colors of his.
He's from Austria, and he fought
Guy from Peru.
Yeah,
So David Zegara
that
from
had
Peru.
a whole lot of fights. Seems
Yeah.
to be like he shouldn't be fighting no more.
35, 10, and 1, 22
Yeah,
knockouts. So
yeah,
that's what? Almost, that's 46 fights. He
yeah,
had 47 fights last night. I mean, it was just so comical watching him walk to the ring
yeah.
last night.
Yep.
He looked like a dad, number
Yeah,
one. Just
yeah,
dad bod. He just kind of, walks around at 175,
yeah,
rolled out of bed, weighed in at 175.
yeah. And came in to fight at 175.
Right, exactly. There's no. He had a gut, no muscle.
No.
Oh man, that was comical.
Yeah, he was the one that had a stretch mark.
Yeah.
Boy, I stretch my arm. I mean, you wear your trunks and you got stretch marks on your belly. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
It looked like he just
Yeah, because 175 is like guys at that weight are cut. They're
175,
very
and
fit.
he was about what, maybe 5'4", 5,
Yeah,
5'5",
yeah. He was short.
175, and why he was 5'5", standing, and 5'4",
Why?
out wider. Yo, he was. I mean, what the?
Okay, so Umar has 6 fights, 5 knockouts. Like, what is the point of fighting someone that bad? I mean, I understand that you're 6-0. Like, you only have 7 fights at this point.
Yeah.
Like, at what point are you just like, okay, you're fighting a guy who will set it up. Like, he literally hit him in the face. And then 10 seconds later, the guy just dropped down on the floor.
Yeah, on his
Like,
knee to check his nose. Literally. I mean, there's this. You couldn't make this thing up. He got punched with the jab, right hand in the nose. He took a knee, did this, look at his glove to see if you were bleeding. Then he got up and got knocked out with a body shot. I'm like, wow. when they in boxing, you see these things. I'm like, what the crap? You're a fighter. You check your nose to see if it's broken, or you got punched in the nose. You stop. Time
pause.
out. Okay, let's fight. You messed up. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? But like, what's the point as a up and coming guy trying to get reps and grow and like how is that beneficial for you? You
can't
literally
blame
fought for 30 seconds.
You can't blame the fighter. The matchmakers and the promoters are the one setting these things up. And so I would not blame. I won't put any blame on the fighter. Yes,
Okay, yeah, okay,
I
it's
understand.
not Umar's fault, but like, okay,
Yeah.
as his team, what's the point in that?
Yeah, well, I don't know. They want to get, you know, a losing, a winning record, because when I was coming up, there was a guy in Providence, Rhode Island, called Luigi. Luigi, he was a Cape Verdean fella, and them Alfredos had him. They were always propping this guy up with wins. He had 36 wins and 29 knockouts, and he fought nobody. He fought a bunch of tomato cans, and they put him in there with a good fighter that could fight a little bit and got his butt kicked, but never were able to win any kind of a title. I mean, it is bad for the fighter, making a guy believe. Look, if you're trying to help a fighter move him up, I will say if I'm in control of a fighter moving him up, yes, after your fourth fight as a professional, no, we will give you will get fighters that you're supposed to beat, but you are not going to get tomato cans. You are not going to get cubs out of the fucking graveyard. We're not going to bring you dead people. No, you that's not going to happen. You have a breathing person that knows how to do a little bit of what you can do, almost credible as you, so that when you in the process of winning, you can learn how to
Right.
do it better the next time.
Right.
And your trainer will be able to also learn in that process to help you better yourself. But you go into the ring and you work hard, you spar hard, you do all this stuff, and then when you go to perform, you perform against minimal competition or no competition at all. You don't grow as a fighter.
Exactly.
You don't
Exactly.
learn. You don't do nothing. You will be stuck in that same spot all the time, no matter how well you train in the gym. Because for me, I think the fight is what tweak that mental strength or that uh, uh, enlightenment or whatsoever the word in English in my first language. You see, that enlightenment. The competition being good helps you bring out that brightness of your mental state to actually give you that confidence and say, yes, I'm learning and I'm getting better. But if you learn in the gym, do all your work, then you go doing the test don't even look like what you have studied,
Right.
you don't learn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key word, learn. So how do you
Yeah,
learn against an opponent who quits halfway through the first round? Because
nothing.
it fools you as a fighter, like you said, you're going
Yeah.
up through all this hard sparring and training day in and day out. And then you have it's performance time and then, you're lasting what? 90 seconds and you kind of young fighters that can sort of inflate their ego as if like, oh, okay, I'm the man, I'm training so hard and this is why it only lasted 90 seconds as opposed to like having the challenge and figuring out, okay, what is it that I could take back to the gym,
Yes, what
tweak,
I need to
learn.
improve on.
Yeah, exactly. And improve on. And so you don't have that linear education when you're fighting bumps,
Yep.
right? You don't have that application of training, going through a tough battle, and then taking something back to the gym. So what can Umar take back to the gym from that fight?
Nothing.
Exactly. So
Nothing
and
at
I
all.
just feel like it's a way. I mean, he's only 7 fights in, so obviously going to give the team some slack. But I'm just saying, in general, it's kind of like a waste in a way when you're progressing in a sport of boxing in which you're literally risking brain damage every time you get
Yeah.
into the
You know,
ring. So
I'm
I just feel like every punch thrown, every punch taken, every fight night has to have a purpose.
you know,
And if it's just to inflate a record, to make someone seem bigger and better than they are, just to get exposed when it actually matters,
yeah.
what good is that?
I mean, because I don't blame the fighter at all because
Yeah, it's not his
right
fault.
now, you feel good about it after you win and everything. But at the same time, if you are a studying fighter, if you like studying the game and then stuff like that, at the end of the day, you will question yourself, what the fuck going on? Because there will come a day that you will meet some guy that just not willing to go, and he comes in there saying today, even though I've been a fuck up for the past 5 years, but today I'm not fucking up, and you expecting a fuck up, you might get beat that night
Right,
because he's not going anywhere.
right,
I have been in those kind of fights, and those guys, you can hit them with everything but the bottom of your feet, and they won't budge.
right.
They will be there punch for punch. You hit them 10 times, they will come back and hit you 13, and they will be like, and it won't be like something hurting you, but it just can't go.
Right. Yeah.
And when you get frustrated, that's when you get beat.
Yeah, and that's a good segue to what we'll talk about after we talk about the main event from Hollywood Fight Nights last night. But there was an upset on the top rank card last night, and I think that plays perfectly into it. But we'll get into it.
Okay.
We just watched
Oh
the
yeah.
highlights from it. But yeah, I mean, moving on, same sort of thing. Callum Walsh. We've talked about him a few times. On this show, he's kind of like their main guy.
Yeah.
He had his fight, the main event last night.
A good
versus,
upcoming kid too.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. 7 fights in, 6 knockouts. Now it's 8 fights, 7 knockouts. He fought Juan Jose Velasco, 24-4, 15 knockouts from Argentina.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. This guy was obviously a seasoned veteran, but I don't know. Callum's just really good, and I think the intention is to build him up. This guy literally just quit again, fourth, fifth round, just didn't get off the stool.
Those kind of fighters, for me, don't give them no more fight.
Yeah.
I mean, you come in and you fight. Yeah, he tried to fight. Callum was a lot better, and stuff like that. But going to your corner and quitting, nah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, well, yes, I understand, but he didn't look hurt that bad to quit.
The only thing that I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a headbutt in the round before.
Yeah.
And he fell, so I don't know if it was him or doctor's orders. I think the doctor went into the corner to check in on him, and he may have been like, "Oh, I'm a little dizzy" or something like that. And
If the doctor ordered that stoppage,
it was because he said he didn't want to go.
Yeah, I think it was because he didn't want to go.
Yeah, but I think he was a last
because he
minute.
was finding a way to quit.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think he was a last minute replacement. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. Not last
because
minute, but a few
he
weeks ago.
was taunting, he was taunting Colin in the fight.
Yeah.
But come on, yeah. Both of them like talking shit doing the fight.
Right.
Come on. There you go to the corner and quit.
Yeah.
A fighter like that, don't give him no more fight.
Well,
you just messing up the game.
Yeah.
The game already messed up. You just messing it up more.
right. Well, I mean, Callum did what he's supposed to do. I think, again, sort of thing, he can afford to step up in competition. Nothing too crazy. He's only 8 fights in his career. But I also think 154, he should try to cut down to 147, in my opinion.
He'll be a very big 147 if he could do 47. But
I don't know.
hopefully, he might.
Because Gore looked bigger than him.
Yeah,
at 147.
I mean, is a beast. He big.
Yeah.
For a 47-pounder, he's big.
But that was Hollywood Fight Night. I mean, it was good. It was a good
Hollywood
show,
Fight Night was that was not it.
there was after TV shows.
The after TV shows were the best show. The best fight of the night.
Yeah.
Was that last fight?
Yeah.
Man, those two guys fought.
Yeah. What were they?
I thought, yeah.
115?
Super bantamweight. No, junior bantamweight. A super flyweight, 115.
Oh.
They were 115. They fought, man. I mean, they fought.
That.
I thought the white boy from Arizona were going to get forwarded real quickly when
he
they said,
was tough.
Yeah, when they said his opponent was from Kazakhstan. I was like, boy, those cash eyes and are very strong. I thought he was going to fold that white boy up quick.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like in the first round.
Yeah.
His face was all cut up and bloody.
Yeah, I thought the white boy was going to get folded.
I think once he started bleeding, he just was like, "Oh, to hell with it," and went went to battle. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the kind of guys that you want to put away and they say, well, I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
Those kind of people are dangerous to fight.
Yeah.
And you better be ready because the Kasai's got tired. He got tired in the second to the last round. He was tired.
Yeah. Yeah, he was tired.
It was just guts. It was guts that got him through.
Yeah. It was only 4 rounds, too.
Yeah. It was only guts that got him through.
Yeah.
But that white boy kept coming. He kept coming. He was bloody as hell, but he's like, nope.
Mm-hmm. That was a good fight. And then some kid, he made his pro debut and had a nasty knockout.
Oh, yeah. His
eyes rolled in the back
you
of his
would just
head.
hear boom.
Yeah. out.
Baboom.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, but those were really good fights.
Those were the good. Those were the best fight. After
Yeah.
TV fight were the best fights.
Yeah. I don't remember the guy's name.
Wild card did good. 3 out of 4.
Mhm.
Well, Wild card did good. We
Yeah.
did good.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was a good show. It was a good show. But like I said, so let's talk about what happened in Top Rank last night. Nico Ali Walsh loses to I don't remember his name, but Akele. He was a short,
Yeah.
stocky.
Muscle bound.
Yeah.
Yeah, muscle bound guy. The sucker look darker than me. Look like he could be an African.
I think he was. I think he's from Cameroon or something.
Yes, stocky. I mean,
He So Nico Ali Walsh obviously is Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a huge part of his marketing ploy. So I followed a couple his journey a little bit. I've seen a few of his fights.
Yeah.
Because he's usually featured on the undercards of the
Top
top rank
Rank.
fights. Yeah. I always found him to be super mediocre. I don't think he has much amateur experience.
no.
I don't really know his journey fully, but
From the pros.
Yeah.
I mean, that what I know of him. I know of
Right.
him from the pros. I don't know much of him from the amateurs.
right. Yeah, so I mean he's only got what 10 fights, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's only got about 10 fights.
10 fights. How many?
He has
knockout?
nine, so 8 wins, 5 knockouts, 1 loss, which was to Sana Akale last night. Sana Akale is 7-1, so he lost the majority decision to Akale, and I think it was fair. I think Akale
Yeah.
was like one of those guys who just
Don't go nowhere.
exactly
You hit him
punch
with a house, and he come back and hit you with a truck.
Right, exactly. He punched him, he would land something, and then the guy would come back and throw 4 punches. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Just one of those guys that doesn't have any quit in him. And so it was a shock. He seemed super shocked that he lost.
That
But
he lost. Yeah,
I think he's a little too arrogant, in my opinion, in that he just doesn't. He just. I mean, yeah, but he doesn't have the skill set really to back.
to hold that name.
Yeah, I mean, I won't go that far. It's early in his career, but I'm just saying, like,
Well,
to me, the skill and the athleticism isn't fully there.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm saying.
The ring IQ isn't that great either, and I think maybe that just stems from him not having a lot of amateur experience. But
maybe he should. I don't know much of the kid, but I think probably how long it took him to have the 9 fights? What, 3 years? 2 years?
yeah, so he started in 2021.
2021?
Yeah.
And 2023, he already had 9 fights.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to take. They've been pushing him too fast, too quickly. I think they should. He need to go back and work more on being a fighter than a superstar.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I think that's what in his head right now.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's exactly what I was
That's
trying to
why
say.
he's a little arrogant looking.
Yeah, I think it's more of like,
Ali,
the personality,
yeah,
the
I'm
influencer
Ali.
type of
Yes.
vibe to him as opposed to,
Being a fighter.
exactly. I don't know his training style or how much of a student of the game that he is, but from what I've seen, just being strictly performance based, ring IQ is not there. Skill set isn't there.
And one thing I would say, it would be like watching him fight and then watching the highlight of the fight, and when he hurt the stocky African looking fella, I'm telling you, when he hurt him, he ain't wobble, but he jumped right on him and smuggled his own punches.
Mm-hmm.
He was on top of this guy just doing this.
Yeah.
Those kind of punches don't hurt.
Mhm.
When you on the guy, you got no room to actually land a punch cleanly.
Right.
When you hurt the man, go back to the beginning. Go back to your jab.
Mhm.
Set him, keep him buzzing, and crack him with some big shots from a from a comfortable range. But you jump on the man and you dare you smother your own punches.
Mhm.
You got nothing on him.
Yeah, there's no sense of range or distance.
No.
I mean, this guy's short, literally leans down, like
Yeah.
uppercuts, uppercuts all day.
Yeah.
None of that. When he did throw some, it was effective.
Yeah.
But again, not going back to it. So
Yeah. When he was at range, every time he hit the guy,
Mhm.
he will hurt him a bit when he was at range. But he smothered his punches, and he fought a little to me like he was somehow probably not knowing his range too well, or maybe a little tired
Right.
because you were grabbing the guy in the back of the head trying to lean on him. I mean, the guy's shorter than you. You got a good if you got a jab.
Right.
Hit him with this jab like that's the last thing you got. Hit him till your hand bleed.
Mhm.
Hit him with it.
Mhm. The guy kept going jab to the body, jab to the body. He had no answer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said. I mean, I think too. I don't know. I mean, it's not really going to be that deep for him. He's an Ali under Top Rank. They're going to milk him as much as they can and build him up as much as they can, right?
Yeah.
Because he has the name and the legendary, status of, like I said, being an Ali. So, but I mean, I think that also hurts him because you're someone who doesn't really have that strong of an amateur experience.
Yeah.
You already have this huge backing for you
Yeah.
coming out of amateurs and going into your first fight. It's just like, okay, well, what incentive do you have to actually like?
I mean that was not his first fight, but
No, I know.
the thing is for me is that they need to get him a little bit more humble. That from what I see,
Yeah.
like they need to calm down a little bit and learn the art of boxing. Box a little bit more. Look, I would say here on Layla could have done better in that fight than he did.
Probably she do a lot better than a lot of guys.
Yeah, Layla could have done a lot better in that fight than he did.
I wonder if she helps him. I wonder if she,
No,
not
I
trains
don't. I
him,
don't
but
know. I know Layla when I know talk to her about him. I see her every now and then. But she's a busy girl. She's doing
Yeah.
her TV show and doing stuff like that. I don't think she's out there trying to train boxing.
you know, to talk to his aunt right before a fight, or like give him some pointers. Why not? She's a legend. She's a legend. But I mean, look, he's young. He's got a lot to learn. He's only 23. It's not going to be that detrimental if he just takes what he learned and moves on to the next fight. But
Yep.
I think the loss was fair.
Yeah, the loss was fair. Hopefully, it bring him down to earth to realize that I am not this undefeated guy, because that's what most fighters try to claim to be. I'm undefeated, and then they turn out when they really meet a real competition, they ain't worth
Right.
crap
Right.
because they've been feeding them a bunch of tomato cans.
Right. Yeah, so it could be a blessing in disguise. You didn't
Yep.
have to have the pressure of trying to be undefeated, trying to be this huge. I don't know. People use that as a marketing ploy. It's a Floyd,
Yeah.
like the Floyd effect.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Right. Let's just talk briefly about the heavyweight action that happened last night both on Top Rank. Jared Anderson defeats Radenko with a 5th round TKO. I think it was to the bottom. No, the ref stopped it.
Yeah.
Just a flurry of punches.
Yeah, but the guy was a bum.
Yeah, this guy's about to be 40. Who he was fighting, but Jared Big Baby Anderson had a quick turnaround, so that's nice. He says his goal is to get be in and out of boxing. He doesn't want to box for long. Just use it as a means to build wealth and turn it into something else. But
As a means of building wealth,
Well, kickstarting. Well, I mean, making millions of dollars, and then that could be leveraged into something else.
Yeah, but you got to make millions of dollars. You gotta beat what you gotta
Yeah.
fight
Well,
the world
he's
champion. You
of
gotta beat the
course.
world champion. You gotta beat the champion at least for three of between 4 to 10 fights to really build wealth.
Yeah, that's fair. He's only 23, right? So let's say he
Yeah,
fights till 30.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
He got 7 more years to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
But is he asking for the fights? And he keep fighting to middle camps like that. He ain't gonna build no wealth.
I don't know. I don't know. Who do you think he should start fight? He should really start fighting the Brits overseas. I think they
Yeah,
have a decent stable of heavyweight champions. I
they
think
got they.
Fabio.
Yeah,
They have some other guy. His last name is Fisher, I believe. Because I saw him out when I was in
yeah.
London. We'll talk about that.
Don't
But
fight him in London. Fight him here.
fight him in London. He can knock them out. He can honestly knock
Yeah,
them both
he
out.
better knock them out
Yeah,
because
yeah.
in London, you man, come on now, you watch fights from London a lot more. They dirty. They do a lot of dirty stuff. If you're a
But
British fighter,
I would put my money on Jared Anderson to knock them out pretty convincingly,
good.
and I think that will propel his global superstardom, which will obviously invite more money, bigger fights, and better opportunities, especially if he wants to be in and out.
Yeah,
So
well, I would say he should challenge. I don't look. I'm not seeing the guy fight much, so I would say he should fight AJ next before Wilder clean that clock. Yeah, seriously, he should ask Bob Arum to talk to what the guy name the
Eddie
Zoom.
Hearn.
Yeah, talk to Hearn. Let them make that fight. He want AJ next. He should stop fighting bums and ask for AJ. Speak up if you want to get out of boxing quickly. You fight AJ one fight, you can get out of boxing. You fight him, you'll be able to make about $10 million. You can
Easily.
walk, yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
Easily.
Fight AJ. You can fight him in Dubai. You can fight him. You can fight him in Saudi Arabia. You can fight him in. Don't fight him in Vegas. Look for a neutral spot. Don't
Yeah.
fight him in London. You can fight him in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Go out there. Let the Saudi pull up some money, and you can make about 18 mil fighting AJ. While he make about 28, you can make 18 easy, and you can say goodbye to a boxing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, and Wilder happen to put his hand on that boy, AJ ain't fighting no more.
No.
Because he gonna knock him out
Yeah.
less than 4 rounds, and AJ will be like, I'm not doing this thing for anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Because he heart not in the game, I don't believe. The Mexican took his heart a long time ago. He just hanging on an empty shell. There's something in there keeping him going. But as a fighter, no, he don't have a fighting heart no more.
No, yeah. I mean, I agree. Like I said, it's time for Jared Anderson to really just step up. He'll at least get some of these up and coming guys. I mean, I know there's Joe Parker. There's Philip Hertzog. I don't know. I don't know. I saw him in London when I was there. He was on the undercard.
There you
Pretty
go.
pretty beatable. Yeah, he really needs to start making some moves because fighting these guys. He's 15-0 at this point.
Yeah, 15-0 and fighting a 40-year-old that really can't fight.
Yeah, and you had a quick turnaround. I think it's now time to challenge yourself a little bit more.
I'm not a matchmaker, but I tell you, he's a bum that he fought.
He could fight. Good segue into the next fight we'll talk about, Daniel Dubois. I mean, some people argue that he beat Usyk last night because he hit him. Some say below the belt, some say on the belt line. Usyk dropped pretty dramatically, but the ref said it was a low blow, and the fight continued, and then he ended up getting stopped. But I think that'll be a good fight for Jared Anderson in the next year or so. I think Dubois gives him a tough time because I think Dubois is pretty.
Dubois, I mean, I think I'll say that'll be a good matchup. That'll
Yeah.
be a good matchup. You know, Dubai will be a good matchup. AJ will be a good matchup. Go for those guys. I mean, talk to Top Rank. Top Rank got what the boy
But
name?
AJ is not going to happen anytime soon. So I feel like we have to build up to the hype of AJ. Um, that's because that's not going to happen anytime soon. But he
AJ
needs
got no
to.
hype. The hype of AJ, that thing been squashed a long time. People, they are European, they are London people still think AJ is the shit because Eddie Hearn keep feeding them that crap. AJ don't have it. I'll say this, AJ don't have it.
Yeah.
And I'll say that was the reason why they changed the opponent, and I believe they lied about him, about what the boy name,
Dillian White.
Dylan White feeling a drug test. He didn't feel a drug test, and I believe. Look, you haven't
Why
Dylan
would
White.
they lie about, like, why can't they just say, like, oh, he broke his toe, or oh, he was
It is
sick?
because
Like,
there was
why would you like risk your reputation?
on saying that.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say it. The promoter and the officials of boxing said Dylan White failed a drug test. I think it's a bunch of crap. Then look, Dylan White dropped AJ before. They are not looking for AJ to go out there and get dropped by a Dylan White when they have a time when they have a Deontay Wilder fight coming that they could make and make a bigger money. Dylan White is a nobody. Dylan White is like that guy who going to AA and trying to stay away from the bar. No, seriously. And they use Dylan White as a ploy. That's all they did.
Oh wow.
They made him train all this time and never gave him the fight. Oh no, we'll give you some little money, shut the fuck up, go sit down somewhere, and we'll say you feel their drug test. Did you hear Dylan White complain anything after that? Did you hear him
I'm
complain about?
looking. I'm looking it up. Um, I mean, I don't know, but what's coming up is Robert Hellenius tested positive for banned substances before the AJ fight too. So,
Yeah, cool. Salina fight. Can he fight a bit?
Hellenius?
Yes.
That's the guy who he fought.
Yeah, a bum. Yeah. Okay. He tested. He tested before the AJ fight. He tested positive. Then how come he was able to fight him?
What'd you say?
Did Salinas test positive before that fight?
Man, I'm just looking at the I'm just looking at headlines. I'm not really
Okay.
diving into the articles, but
Yeah.
that's just what I'm reading.
So I don't think Dylan White failed in the drug test. I think it was a ploy.
Yeah.
They use it to make AJ look like he still got it. The boy don't have it no more.
So you think it was fabricated? Eddie Hearn and the Saudis maybe paid him off and said, "This is what we're gonna
Yeah,
do."
shut the fuck up and go sit down somewhere. We got DeAndre Wilder that we could make $100 million.
Yeah.
2, 3, they could make $200 or $300 from that one fight. If Wilder fight AJ. Both of them, the fighters could walk away with $50 or $75 million apiece. And the promoters could make over $150 million.
Yeah. Well, I'll post stuff online, and we'll dive more into this. Do some more research as to whether or not Sammy's conspiracy theory is accurate.
I think it is.
I'll do some research. I'm not gonna dive into it now because we're in the middle of a show. But no, it is interesting. I mean, my impression of the fight when I was there was well, so first of all, I was gonna be in London anyway. Then I was like, oh, this
I'll go see
fight's
the fight.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, oh, I'll go see Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua. Looked it up, looked at the prices. I said, okay, I'm not gonna see Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua.
They want too much money.
Yeah. So, long story short, I was in London, and then they're like, "Oh, there's an opponent change. Dillian White tested positive for banned substances, and he's now fighting Robert Helenius." Then, like 2 days before the fight, I looked at the prices,
The price went to shit.
plummeted. So I'm like, we had beautiful seats. Me and my partner, we had beautiful seats for like half the price of what it's gonna be. So yeah, I saw AJ live in the flesh, and my impression of the fight. Well, first of all, the British crowd is really fun. Like, I thought it was a good
Oh,
atmosphere.
no. I mean, because they all get drunk.
Yeah, they all hammer, dancing, singing. It's a really good time. They're really fun people. But going on to just the main event, my impression of the fight, to create another conspiracy theory to go along with Sammy's, is that they paid Robert Helenius to not throw any punches.
Yeah, don't lay down. No, seriously, that's why they brought him in. Cause Dylan White was not going to to agree to not throw a punch at AJ. He was going out there to try to knock him out. Mm-hmm. That was Dylan White's intention. Mm-hmm. That's because one of the thing is that AJ had made Dylan White look like a pauper in London, like he ain't shit, because he fought him, and Dylan White talk about knocking him out. He dropped AJ, and then AJ came back to knock him out. Mm-hmm. I mean, it made him look like shit. So that rivalry was not going to work good for Eddie Hearn to put Dylan White in that ring.
So what was if that was the game plan all along, then why did they even entertain the fight from the get-go?
Because
they're trying to build
they
up.
could get a lot more people interested. Mm-hmm. A lot more Brits interested. Mm-hmm. A lot more Brits to buy tickets. Because the one that bought the ticket before the Dylan White conspiracy came out, that he failed the test, those people still went to see the fight anyway, because
they already have tickets.
Yeah, they already had tickets, and most of them don't really go to see the fight. They go to get drunk and hang around with each other and talk what they want to talk about. I mean, these people having parties in the stand. They're not looking at who punching who in the mouth. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's what I mean. And Eddie Hearn knows that. The people that promote boxing in London understand that, or in Europe understand that. Most of the fans don't go there to really watch the damn fight. No. They go there to fellowship, hang around with each other and have fun. I mean, don't tell me a guy that hammer with about 26 bottles of Guinness is going to pay attention to who AJ punching in the mouth. They don't care.
Well, yeah, I mean, true, but at one point they were booing because it just started off really slow. AJ was being AJ, super timid, not throwing any punches, not letting his hands go.
Yeah, cause he's scared.
Yeah, but he got the knockout. I think 7.
Yeah, well, he got like the knockout. He got the boy to say, "Fuck it, I don't want to no more. I'm going to just fall down." That's about. Look, AJ don't have it no more. They're giving him a bunch of half dead people to fight and make himself look. I am sure is embarrassing for him himself. Mm-hmm. But he got a contract he got to live up to. I just believe it is embarrassing for AJ himself to go out there and make a fool of himself every time.
Fair. I mean, fair. I don't think the next fight is going to be Deontay Wilder.
Nope. Not for another year and a half.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I do see him, what's playing out is potentially a fight with Daniel Dubois after his performance with Usyk, because it can be said, Daniel Dubois I mean, technically lost to Usyk, but like he should have won, and then you can kind of set up the storyline of AJ beating Dubois, and that's sort of like a vindication of
Of him fighting, him losing to the
yeah,
Usyk.
exactly. So you could kind of like get that going a little
That'd be some
bit,
sad
and
way
then
of doing it.
and then you can build it up, saying like, okay, he's kind of getting back to it, and then because it's a Brit versus Brit rivalry, I think that will sell. Dubois
Yeah,
versus AJ,
it will
and then
sell.
it can kind of build up Deontay Wilder. But he's not gonna fight Deontay Wilder
But
next. He's gonna fight
but
maybe.
Dubois do fight too. But Dubois do fight back.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
do fight
But I
back.
think
I don't think
AJ
they want anyone.
can
They
beat
don't
him.
want anyone. Look, they don't want any.
But you're gonna put him in the ring with Wilder.
Dubois,
Like at what
no,
point are
no.
you just gonna like
Put him in the ring with Wilder, make the money,
then be
and
done?
and tell him, say, look, ride out into the sunset, and we don't want to hear about you no more.
Well, then he needs to fight him now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He need to fight him now.
Because who else can he fight in between? So it's like we're saying he's gonna delay for another year
He
and
can't
a half.
fight-
But
he-
who is he gonna fight? A bum? Just keep fighting bums.
Yeah, bring back the boy from Atlanta that he fought before. The one that lost to him.
Oh, Jermaine Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. Bring back Franklin. Pay Franklin at least $5 million. Go back out there. Lost in Saudi Arabia. Come back to America. That would be good for Franklin pocket. Bring him. Bring back all the dead people that he fought before.
Okay, but at what point does AJ lose like fans? Like no one's gonna pay for the shit. If he's not gonna be fighting Deontay Wilder or someone who's
The
gonna make the
Brits-
fight interesting.
The Brits are, how you call it, they are stupidly loyal.
No, Sam. I mean, okay, sure. Let's say all of Britain buys the fight. Like that's not
That's not enough money. The Saudi will buy. They'll buy some of the tickets too.
I can only hold so many people. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you saying buy on pay per view?
Yeah,
I mean,
because when the fight happened, when you look in the audience in Saudi Arabia, who you find? A whole bunch of men. The women at home watching the fight on TV.
okay.
So they'll pay for this. They'll pay for their pay per view. Why they go to the fight to go see their fight?
I don't know. I just feel like at some point it's just gonna lose. He keeps. I mean, let's say they're trying to
Fight
sell.
AJ. AJ should fight Wilder now, not tomorrow, not next week. He should fight him now, and they will make the money. They can build it up as much as possible. They can even lie and say, Tyson Fury refused to fight him. Because Tyson Fury is another clown. He don't want to fight nobody. He didn't want to fight Usyk. He don't want to fight nobody. He's a gypsy who had turned into a joke. He don't want to fight nobody.
Well, I just clicked this article here in the U.S. Sun. Anthony Joshua confirms plans to fight Deontay Wilder on same night as Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. So in another way, that's not happening.
No.
So that's what you're saying. Oh, I'll fight Wilder when Fury fights Usyk.
when Fury
So,
fight
yeah.
Usyk.
So-
So that supposedly both of them gonna win and then they will fight each other. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll dive more into this article and again when I
Yeah,
do some.
he is
adequate-
never going to be Wilder.
Yeah.
Not even after Wilder just wake up from sleep.
Yeah. I'll do more research and post things online. But yeah, I don't really think that's happening. But yeah, he looked bad. I mean, he got the knockout. That'll help his confidence. But I don't know. I don't like the way AJ fights. It's not exciting. It's not fun. I don't like his style. I don't
No.
like anything.
I
about
mean,
his
Early Hearn took over that boy career and just fucked it up.
Yeah.
He fucked it up, really.
Yeah.
They made him money, but he fucked it up. He took him from a great boxer from the Olympics, looking like a real fighter, a boxer that was boxing and really using his skill into
In size.
into a King Kong, into look like a bodybuilding a model, and then fuck up his career.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, I want to see him fight Wilder because I love my boy Deontay Wilder, and I think that fight will be.
Oh, no, it'll be an easy fight.
Yeah.
It'll be an easy walk in the park.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Wilder. I tell you, since he actually changed trainers, he had learned to fight. He had learned to fight. Before that, he was this one punch knockout artist, and he looked to me the first time I saw him fight, I thought he was a joke. No, 'cause he didn't have no style. He had nothing.
No.
He was just punching, trying to throw every punch like he was trying to cut down a tree.
Yeah.
But why the I say they should get that AJ fight and try to get Usyk next after AJ. I think that would be very good. And then try to see if he can bullshit his way in getting that Fury back in the ring, because that last fight, Wilder beat himself in that fight. Everything he threw was a a haymaker. Boom, boom. Look, when he was even jabbing Fury in the body, he had just took a little bit off that jab and flicked the jab a little more, because he had Tyson Fury size all red. But he was trying too hard. He was just loading up on every punch. That's what got him tired. It was being fatigued. That's what beat him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all three of those fights were incredible. I wouldn't be mad at the fourth.
Yeah. Oh, no. I would like to see the fourth and fifth one.
Yeah.
Because, to me, they are the only two real heavyweight out there that can fight. AJ is out of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, he messed around and turned himself into a bum.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, let's segue into an actual good fight. Navarrete versus Valdez. You want to tell one? Yeah. That was a good fight.
That was the Mexican
versus the Mexican.
Mexican versus the Mexican. I don't know what part of Mexico to come from, because I know that both of them didn't come from Tijuana.
It lived up to the hype.
It lived up to the hype.
Mexican versus Mexican fight.
Yeah.
Hype.
But Navarrete, that's the name of Navarrete.
Yeah, Navarrete, yeah.
He's awkward as they come.
Yeah.
That boy could be stumbling with his foot crossed, and he will still hit you in the mouth. and I like that about him. He being so awkward.
Yeah,
but Valdez stopped for the stupid fight. He didn't throw one jab. He went in there. I would say that night he was a small Wilder. He was throwing, everything was a bomb.
Right.
Every punch he threw from freaking Mexico City to Tijuana. No. There was no kind of finesse about him. There was no setting up, nothing. He was just coming for the haymakers.
Yeah.
And Navarrete was just, dancing, taking his time.
Yeah.
Crossing his leg. The guy was awkward. He crossed the leg and punched him in the mouth. He turned this way.
Yeah, he jumps and punches.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. He whooped the crap out of him.
Yeah.
It was a one-sided win for me. It was a one-sided ass whooping.
You can't, how do you train for someone like Navarrete? Someone just so awkward and there's usually as a fighter you can kind of pick the rhythm of your opponent up. This guy's in the middle of a step throwing 3 punches.
Like I was saying, Navarrete, very awkward. You don't train a specific way to fight a fighter like that. You just have to train the way you usually train, fight and spar different style of people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you have to be kind of like Crawford. You must or like any other fighter out there that knows how to adapt. You have to be kind of like the Whitaker, stuff like that. You have to know how to adapt. You have to be like kind of like the James Toney or the Mike McCollum. You have to adapt because even with awkwardness, you will be able to catch this person
Right.
between punches. Okay, but if you go there looking to stand up and fight them like a regular old fighter, you'll get your butt whooped.
Yeah. And Valdez keeps a high guard. He's very kind of stationary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he adapted well at all. I
No.
don't think he, especially defensively.
And Valdez, like most Mexican fighter, fight on the front foot. They punch off that front foot. Anyone that can box a little bit or a little awkward will beat any Mexican fighter that fight on the front foot, or any fighter for that matter that fight on the front foot, because you cannot move when that person move. You can't cut them off when they move because you all on your front foot. You're leaning on that front foot.
Right.
If the person come to you, you win. All day. Any fighter that fight on the front foot, you have the opponent coming to you, you win. If the opponent knows how to move around and awkward, they will have you missing punches all night because you have to adjust before you can punch.
Right.
If they're coming to you, you don't have to adjust.
Right.
You just stand there and throw punches. And most Mexican fighters fight like that. They want you to come to them. They are not mobile on their feet. And Navarrete is one that is very mobile on his feet. He's awkward. He got no particular stand. Right. He don't have a particular place where his punch is coming from. He's here. His punch is coming from there and from here. But he accurate with them.
Yeah, very, very.
So to train for a fighter like that, you have to be yourself and adapt. You don't let them get under your skin. You have to be calm-headed. Let them throw that big wide punches. But you have to also you have to be very flexible on your feet. You have to be light on the feet.
Right.
To beat a fighter like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a hell of a fight. Very, very.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Wow. From round one, it was pretty good.
Top Rank did good on that one.
Yeah.
They did great.
Let's get into this week's Sammy Says.
Yep.
Dun 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 dun.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
What does Sammy have to say about boxing sanctioning bodies? I asked this because we've talked about how Tyson Fury should be stripped of his belt because he's fighting nobody, but then decides to fight this MMA fighter. I say this because breaking news yesterday, I think the WBC or the WBO, one of the W's, ordered Frank Martin to fight Shakur Stevenson. And then a few weeks ago, one of the sanctioning bodies is stripping Charlo of one of his belts and giving it to Tim Tszyu. So.
And what were the reasoning behind all of this?
I don't know. I don't think there's any sort of transparency behind it. Which is
let me get into it.
But I'll say, the Charlo thing, I think it's kind of, I agree with it, but it's messed up because there's no consistency with it. So why would you have Charlo get rid of one of his belts when he's about to have a huge fight, and then he's going up 2 weight classes, number one. So whatever happens in
Charlo going up 2 weight classes to fight
Canelo.
Okay.
So whatever happens, it's gonna have zero relevance to his current belt at 154.
Okay. But
having all of his belts at 154 and fighting a Bud Crawford or anybody will just have that much more money involved in it because it's going to be for undisputed.
Okay.
So is the W or whichever sanctioning body trying to set it up to where they're giving Tim Zoo an opportunity, trying to set up kind of like Crawford versus Tim Zoo, and then that'll set up the Charlo fight. Like there's just no
Well,
consistency,
I don't know. I don't know much about what's happening there, but when it comes to sanctioning bodies are only important for me. Are only important for those that give them some importance. They're really not important to me at all.
Well, they're. What about all the belts? Is that not
Yeah,
important?
the belts don't make the fighter. The fighter makes the belt. The belts don't make the fighter at all. If the fighters were not good, those belts don't mean shit. Those belts could be hung on anybody. So nobody should actually go and crave and cry about those belts.
But I
The
mean, that's
people,
being a world champion, though.
yeah, being a world champion, I, you and myself can start a sanctioning body.
We should.
We all, no. All we have to do, get few boxing commissioners around the country to approve that we are legitimate studier of boxing, probably, and we are going to be sanctioning the World Economic Boxing belt. Okay? And we will charge sanctioning fees. To fight for my belt, you must pay me $200,000. Some of that money come from the promoter, some of that money come from you. But I also paid the state or whatsoever country you're going to pay in boxing commissions, some of that money. So these sanctioning bodies don't mean nothing. They are just there because the people gave them some kind of authority, but they got no authority over nothing. Do you want to take my belt? Take it. You are not going to stop me from being the fighter I am. I'm still a good fighter. But if they are stripping like a Charlo of his belt, probably he is not because of their rules, and which is something that they never follow fully. They make up their rules as they go along, depending on who paid the most. Is that Charlo they were stripping of his belt probably because he's not fighting who he's supposed to fight.
But nobody does that.
Oh,
So
yes,
now why
yes
all
you
of a
do,
sudden?
yes you do,
But I don't.
yes they do, yes they do. No, that they do. If I'm supposed to fight you, and you are the number one contender for my belt, if I'm holding the WBC or IPF, and you're the number one contender, and I'm supposed to fight you within, let's say, 3 to 6 months, I'm supposed to defend this belt, okay, against the number one contender. My promoter should be able to promote a fight that will allow me to fight this number one contender for my belt. If I don't, and I go and fight somebody else before fighting him, and which I could probably lose that fight, that person can block that fight and say, no, you can't fight them till you fight me. And the only way that they will be able to stop that from happening is that if my promoter happens to pay you certain amount of your purse that you're supposed to make for fighting me and allow me to go fight John Brown because John Brown is an easier fight. So I go fight John Brown, beat John Brown, then before I can come to fight you. So those things happen. People skip other people fighters that they're supposed to fight before they fight. The number one contender is always the one to fight next for the belt instead of the person behind them. That is why they have rankings. You got ranking from 1 to 10 and stuff like that. So if I'm number 1, you can't leave me and go fight the guy number 10.
Right.
Without any negotiation. I can stop that fight.
Right.
I should have the right to stop that fight. Those are the rules.
So then that means that the next guy gets the belt?
Yeah, you can get stripped of it.
You can get stripped, but does that mean
No,
that
no, no.
the
He
other
don't
guy-
get the belt. He don't get the belt. He don't get the belt. But the belt is vacant, and anyone that's going to fight for that belt will have to fight the number 1 contender for that belt. That's how the rules supposed to be played. That's how the rules are, and I believe the sanctioning bodies kind of cutthroat and make up rules as they go along. That's why I said they are not relevant. Yeah, they're irrelevant because they don't stick to their own rules. That's why boxing promoters and big name powerful boxing promoters don't even care. They just tell them whenever whosoever they want to fight for the belt.
Right.
And they tell them, I go have 8 fights, and they could go to the boxing to the sanctioning bodies and say, look, this kid is good. We like him. We want you to give him a junior belt. Kind of Wash. He got a junior belt.
Who?
Wash got a junior belt.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah,
8
yeah.
fights.
Colin Walsh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said someone else. Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It is depending on who the promoter is and how much money that promoter got to
Yeah.
throw at the boxing at the sanctioning body.
Right.
They throw money at you. You strip somebody, put the belt off as a vacant belt for John Brown and Moses to fight for it.
Right. Well, this article here, it's via ESPN. WBO to award Tim Tszyu full world champion status. He'll be elevated to full WBO light middleweight world champion as soon as Jermell Charlo was announced as such in his controversial clash with Canelo Alvarez. WBO confirmed the move on Thursday in a lengthy statement that also sanctioned the September 30th super fight that scuppered Tszyu's mandatory shot at Charlo for all of the belts. Charlo pulled out of the obligatory Tszyu fight to instead jump 2 divisions and meet Canelo
Yeah.
Alvarez.
So that was the stripper.
Yeah.
He was because Tszyu was the
It was scheduled. And
it's
he dropped
scheduled.
out. Yeah.
And he dropped out. So you get stripped. Is Tszyu number 1 contender, or it was the fight that they agreed to take? If you agreed to take that fight and you skip to go somewhere else, the sanctioning body got the right to take that belt. Because you're not trying to make them money.
Right.
If you're not trying to make me money, why would I give you my field to play on?
Right. So he's gonna now. Tim Tszyu's now gonna face defend his belt that he just got emailed, his email champ belt to against Brian Mendoza.
Okay, so it's gonna be like a vacant belt they're gonna fight for. Is a vacant belt?
It's
Why is he champion? Did it make him champion? No.
No, he has a belt. They gave him the belt.
Yeah, I mean, which is stupid. They should not give him the belt. The belt should have been vacant.
Yeah.
They would strip you and keep it vacant and have you fight somebody else, and the winner of that fight become the champion. Hopefully, that's what's going to happen. They would name him interim champion until that fight. He's an interim champion. He's not a champion.
Yeah.
He never fought for it.
Well, that'd be a good fight because Brian Mendoza just beat. He upset Sebastian Fundura, that
Yeah,
tall, lanky kid.
yeah, yeah. I saw that fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, that'll be a good one. But yeah, no, I just think it's really interesting because there's no consistency between, you know, just with the rules and what they follow and who they strip the
yeah.
belts for and what they don't
The
do and
rules are the rules of nature. The rules and not even the rules of nature. Rules are the rules of governing bodies. Rules are almost like the rules of political bullcrap. Anyone that can put out enough money get the play of the day.
right. And if it's so easy to make a sanctioning body, why don't more exist? Is it just
Because
the capital, the amount of
no,
capital we need?
because it is it take a lot to run one. I mean, you can come up with a sanctioning body, and then you have to have people that will appeal to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people
Right.
that will want to use your organization.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it is difficult to start one.
Right.
I know a few people that have started a couple, and it didn't get to go anywhere.
Mm.
I mean, because you have to now go with people, talk to fighters, talk to promoters, and stuff like that. People want to work with you. I mean, because it's about making money. Who wants to give money to somebody just because your name Tay and my name Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody just want to give you money,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And to be able to carry your belt.
Mm-hmm.
That is why if I started a sanctioning body, at least whatsoever I will be offering will have some value.
Right.
Those belts that got no damn value besides the value of the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the fighter away, those suckers can't sell for $2.
So you think there's gonna be a time where like belts don't exist? But they're gonna exist, but just like, are we in an era now where it just doesn't matter?
Yeah, it might come to that point that people will have to give more than a piece of zinc or metal glued to a plastic belt or a leather belt and give to someone that's carry all this weight. Oh yeah, you're the champion of the world, but when you stop being a champion, when you stop being a fighter and retire, you take that identical belt and try to sell it to somebody, it won't sell for $2. I mean, it is non-valuable metal that is on there. It's not gold. It's not silver. It is not any metal of any importance that anyone can take, melt down to something, and be able to make anything out of it.
Right.
They are unnecessary metal that are painted to some leather or plastic that you carry on your shoulder.
Right.
So the fighter make the belt. So any sanctioning body want to bullshit a fighter, tell them go fuck off. No, seriously.
Do you think it would be better if there was just one belt,
Yes.
like back in the day, just one?
One belt, it will have better value. And fighters will have to fight those that they need to fight
Right.
to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're having every grandmother and their grandchild having a belt. Everybody got a belt.
There's so many like different tiers of belts.
Yeah. Junior silver this, junior gold this, senior that. Everybody got a belt. I mean, who pants falling? Ain't nobody walking around here butt naked, need a belt to hold their pants up. I mean, these guys are fighting. They don't need belts to hold up their boxing shorts. No,
So funny.
the belts don't make the fighter. The fighter makes the belt. Those belts have importance only because people give them those importance. They're not valuable.
Yeah. Well, I mean that just goes for anything. Anything is valuable It's only
Because
as valuable because people give it value,
yeah,
right? So if the boxing community and fighters give value to the belts, which I think should be the case, then it'd be valuable. But we have fighters now today, they're just like, oh, it doesn't matter about the belts. It doesn't matter about the
no,
belts.
you
I
got
need
Jake Paul having 2 million, 3 million followers
yeah.
fighting in boxing, acting like he's some kind of a boxer. He's a fucking joke. But Floyd Mayweather made that sucker look like somebody.
I mean, what was Logan? Logan Paul.
Logan Paul,
Yeah.
Jake Paul, whatsoever Paul. They're the same damn Paul. No, seriously.
No, yeah, but I'm
Then you
saying...
got influential
okay,
boxing and all this crap.
okay, but outside of that, because I don't think that has any bearing on, like, at the sanctioning bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, in a way.
No, it's the
That's a
same
different
thing, girl. It's the
But
same thing.
Like Ryan Garcia and, like, saying, oh, the belts don't matter, the belts don't matter.
No,
And
you're
it doesn't,
right.
in the grand scheme of, like, you have all these followers, you're making millions of dollars already in fights. So it's always about sort of, like, being the face of boxing. Because that's why people, like, disrespect Devin Haney. It's just like he's undisputed, but how he won the belts and who he beat doesn't really matter. But again, it's a part of his marketing ploy.
Yeah.
But the biggest superstars are the ones that don't have the belt. So, like, Shakur Stevenson and...
Because those are
Tank and-
valuable fighters. They are valuable commodities. They don't need the damn belt. The belt is only a formality. They get the belt and say, oh, yes, I want an accolade. Here it is. It's on my wall. Okay. You take that sucker down. You go pawn it to the pawn shop and you broke as hell. Say, look, man, I used to be the world champion and this is my belt. Can you give me a $2,000?
That's so sad, man.
No,
It really-
I can't give you $2,000 for this. What is it? It's a piece of zinc. What the hell is this? This ain't a real gold. I can't give you $2,000. I can
so
give you $100. Now, what you would get for that?
Well, I want us to go back to the times where having a belt, being a world champion actually meant something. I really like... Because otherwise it's... Yeah.
And I think possibly, don't quote me on this, but possibly those days, some of those belts actually worth something. Those medals and golds and diamonds, stuff that they had on there, were real.
They're not real anymore?
Fuck no. No, ain't nobody putting real diamond in no belt. No.
Gold? I mean, it's not real gold.
No,
hard
ain't no gold. It's a gold spray.
It's a gold spray.
It's a gold
I gotta
spray.
confirm this. I gotta confirm
You
this.
gotta
I gotta
confirm
look
it. Look it up. There is
I'll
no
look it
belt
up.
carrying
I'll
no
look
real
it up.
diamond.
I'll look it up later. But you're right. Regardless, it doesn't
Yeah,
have the
it's
same
not like
value.
football where they put real diamond in the ring. No.
Yeah, it doesn't have... I really wish we don't get to the
The
point where it
world
doesn't
championship belt don't have a real diamond in it. No. Jose Suleiman ain't taking his money to buy diamond for nobody and put it in the belt.
Well, we'll see. But like I said, I hope we get to the point now where belts mean something. It doesn't turn into this, clout chasing sort of, or boxing in general doesn't turn into this clout chasing, I made the most money sort of thing. Like, there's honor in fighting the best, and there's something valuable to be had outside of that. But
there is still honor. There is still honor, girl, to fight the best. There is still honor in that.
well, to have the belts to
have the
represent.
belt, to have the belt, it is not much of an honor in the belt when you are not fighting anybody. If you're fighting a bunch of bums and you're the world champion, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You can have 20 belts. Nobody cares.
But that's what I'm saying. It could be a perfect mix of you're fighting the best and there's this thing, this valuable thing to represent you actually being the best. It used to be like that.
I know.
It used to be like that.
It used to be like that. But who messed it up? Boxing promoters, boxers themselves, and the audience are not demanding it. The audience are going on with the same bull crap that the promoters throw at them. That is why boxing is losing so much steam every day and everybody taking away from boxing. Influential boxing. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Peter Paul, all the jokers.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Next week, I definitely want to talk about Frank Martin versus Shakur. I really want to talk about previewing that one. Upcoming fights. I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
let me wrap this up.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
go to that. I mean, so that's why you asked me about the sanctioning bodies. Those suckers are not important to nothing. Okay, they're not important. The fighters are the one that make the belt. The belt don't make the fighter. Okay, like you said yourself, or what the boy named Devin Haney had all the belts and saying, I'm the undisputed champion and I want to fight this, I want to fight that, and I'm gonna skip this to fight that. Nobody really cares.
No.
Or what the boy named Shakur is still gonna make more money if he fights anyone of a quality than Devin Haney gonna make.
Yeah.
Tank would still make more money than Devin Haney gonna make without the belt.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll say to Haney, put your belt on the line and fight quality.
That's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, no, no.
He's going
I'm
up
just
to
saying.
140.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying. Put your belt on the line and fight quality. Make money, better money. You can demand better money fighting quality than to go fight mediocre. Seriously. Fight quality. You trust yourself. Put your skill on the
Yeah,
line.
he's going up against Prograde. So.
Yeah, Prograde. Who in the hell is Prograde?
He's
Come on, man.
champion at 140.
Yeah,
But again,
Prograde.
I think he's the type of guy who's chasing the belts because that's the thing he can hold
Yeah,
on to in the face of.
but who Prograde have fought? Who is he? He is not that much of a good fighter to me.
He's good. He's good. He's good. I think Devin Haney beats him though, but he's good. But he could beat Devin Haney, but I would say Devin Haney would beat him. But Devin Haney is moving up to 140. They punch harder at that weight class. I think.
The punch harder. If the Prograde is the one that got the big mouth, that he fought Tank and Tank stopped him. No, he didn't.
He's 140.
Uh,
Regis Prograis, he's from New Orleans. He fought Josh Taylor, lost to him. I think the last we talked about him, he fought this guy Daniel Lee.
Were you a light skinned fella?
Yeah, and he had a terrible performance.
Yeah, he's the one track pony. Yeah, the one that was apologizing to people, or that one. Yeah. No, Henny beat him. Come on now, give me a break. He's not quality.
He's quality. He's good. He's good. He's
Okay,
good. But I do think Devin Haney beats him. But yeah, let's just wrap this up and just talk about upcoming fights that are happening. That fight is supposed to happen, Prograis versus Devin Haney on October 28th. But I think I saw some things on Twitter or X, whatever the app is called now. There was back and forth as to the date because it's on the 28th, which is the same day that Tyson Fury is supposed to fight, Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, so.
Ngannou, yeah. So, well,
don't worry
they were
about
arguing about the date because Prograis was like, I want to fight, and then Devin's like, why would we fight on the same day as Tyson Fury? It's not good for business, which is true. I don't really.
Yeah, no, it's not good for business. But if you are that guy, if you the guy, you don't care what day you fight on, you will still have people coming watching. You will still have people watching.
But that's a huge fight. That's a crossover fight.
Okay, now listen.
Like, you're gonna get people just gonna watch it just because it's like a thing happening.
Okay,
not
but now
they're fans.
Now,
but even then, the fans are gonna watch it.
Okay, now, if Tank were fighting and Tyson Fury fighting whosoever, nobody gonna give a damn about that.
Maybe, but I don't think it's also a good idea to fight on the same day as
Tyson Fury. I mean, you had 3 different boxing cards of 3 different promoters promoting on the same day. Top Rank were
Well, but
promoting.
there's no huge event going. Like none of those fights were huge. Those were not huge fights.
Yeah, they were huge. Wait, when the Mexican thing went on in Arizona, that was a huge fight.
What Navarrete
No,
versus?
yeah, that
No,
was
but I'm talking about mainstream huge, not like boxing fan huge. Like Tank versus Ryan Garcia, that's a huge fight.
okay.
Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, that's a huge fight. Like, I think even Crawford versus Errol Spence is a huge fight.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
But
that was a huge fight.
yeah, but I mean, maybe not to the level of McGregor, Floyd, but I think this Fury versus Francis has a huge potential of being that level big, because you have MMA fans who love Francis Ngannou. I hope I'm saying his last name right, and then
Iguana.
Ngannou, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have, boxing fans and the Brits who love Tyson Fury. So that's going to be a huge event. And it's in Saudi Arabia, so a lot of money will be behind that. But we'll see. Okay, well, this upcoming weekend, the 2nd, there's Liam Smith versus Chris Eubank Jr., number 2. Liam Smith upset Eubank Jr. Last time, so this is the rematch of that. Michaela Mayer will be fighting on that card as well. In Texas, we got Lopez versus Gonzalez on September 15th. And then William Zepeda versus Mercedo Gesta in September 16th. So that'll be a good one. And Zile Zong and Joe Joyce, number 2, September 23rd. So we got some good fights.
Got some good fights.
Yeah.
Got some good fights.
Yeah.
Be looking forward to those.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a lot to talk about. I mean, there's been a lot of things going on in the boxing world. We couldn't cover it all today. I mean, we're already, an hour and a half into it. Well, we had a lot to catch up on. We'll be back consistently. This time, we've got some interviews in the works. We're going to have some guests on with us. We're really, really going to get into it and talk to people in the community.
Get Scrappy up here.
Oh, yeah. We saw him last night. So hopefully he will be down. I'll reach out to him. We've reached out to some fighters who are, willing, like the show, keep supporting and wanting to talk and just talk boxing. So try to be more active on social media as well. And just keep you guys up to date of what's going on. And, of course, do what we do best, which is talk shit.
Yep.
So, thanks for
We'll do best talk shit.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, thanks for sticking with us, riding with us, even with the chaotic schedule and the hiatus. So, we'll be back next week. This is Boxing Capital, Boxing Business, and everything behind the punches. I'm Tay.
I'm Sammy, and I look
Peace.
forward to seeing you again.
Peace.